Okay, I'm recording now. The check all button, we're going to use a for loop to check the strength of all the passwords in the array. So we're going to go through every single password and do that. So you saw what we did for one password. Use a for loop to go through every single character. But if we're going to go through the array of passwords, that means there's a lot of strings in that array. There's 20 of them actually. So we need two for loops. One for loop to go through every single box of the array. I'll call that M, an integer data type. So you double click your button called, you double click the button called test random password. Oh no, check all I mean. The check all button. We need two for loops, so I'm going to say M and K. So we'll use M to go through the array and K to go through each string inside of each box of the array. I'm going to say for M equals, how many boxes are there in the array? 20. If we go and look at the array, there it is up there. 1 to 20. There's a string in each box. Then we're going to have a begin and end. And then we say for K equals 1 to what? The length of the array. Now I can go over here and go and get, let's make a little variable called sline string. I'm going to set sline, before we go to the for loop, we're going to set sline equal to the array box number. Character number M. Now we just have to realize what's going on here. Look at the structure very carefully. There's your skeleton code, so to speak. M is going through the array 1 to 20. For each box we take, for each run of M, we get the string from AR passwords, box number M, that's box number 1, then 2, putting it into a string called sline. Then I'm going to go from K equals 1 to the length of sline, and this is going to go through every single character. And guess what we're going to do in each character? The same test as we did for that other password. This one over here, edit test password button, the same strength. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy and paste. We did this code already, so why can't we? You know what I mean? So I'm going to copy and paste. Okay, so I will copy and paste this part. Because remember, this is dealing with one string. One string for one password, in other words. For every single password, we're going to get our count digit, our count letter, our count spec, and we're going to check to see if there is, how many of those digits, letters, and special characters there are in that string. So, okay, let's get our count digit, spec, and so on. We'll put those and set them to 0 before the for loop. See what I did there? Before our for loop, we go and initialize our counters for all those different things that we want to look for. Of course, I have to declare these variables, alright? I don't have to worry about it now. I will do it later. They are local variables. They were local in the other button click. So I don't have to retype this code. I can go and copy and paste this code and put it inside my for loop of the check all button. So now I didn't have to retype all of this. All I have to do, of course, is change some variable names and declare those counters. The only variable name I need to change is sparse. It's actually sline here. So sparse is sline. And then I count letter, I count spec, I can go and declare those. No problem. Just take note that this is going inside the middle, the inside for loop. The outside for loop is going through each box of the array. The inside for loop is going through each character of a string which is inside each box of the array. Let's go and declare our variables. I count digit, I count letter, I count spec. Okay, so we declared these, and now we don't have the red lines anymore. Take note of how you make sure your indentation is making your code more readable. Very important to do that. Very important indeed. Now, after we've gone through counting all these digits, we now can go and get the code for the output. From our test password button, you can go and do that. So I will go